we talk to the newspaper and they're not listening. So we're talking to you as an advertiser to talk to that newspaper, because otherwise we will boycott your business. That's when you have power over your newspaper, because that advertiser is spending at least $50,000 a month advertising with that newspaper. Money talks. You just need to learn the tools in order to make change happen. And we're going to give you the tools. But we need you to be on the same page with us, inspired and motivated to be able to act upon your conviction, not only come here on a Saturday and a Sunday and listen to a conference with me speaking. I want to give you the tools, so 9 months after I am gone, you are up and running and mobilized and taking your community back from those who took it away from you. I spoke in Congress after General Petraeus on September 10th this year. I spoke to the House Policy Committee, which is made up of 90 members who head up all the committees on the Terrorism Task Force, the Anti-Terrorism Caucus, Homeland Security, this, that, and the other. I mean, these were the heads of those committees. And we met with them, and I explained the situation to them. And I was shocked, like I mentioned yesterday, but I'm going to mention it again to people who said to me, congressmen said to me, they said, we don't hear from anyone on our side. We only hear from the MoveOn.org, the leftist. We only hear from CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations. And we only hear about, from the Dobson's group or CWA about the abortion issue. But we don't hear anything about how Islam is spreading throughout America. It's like parents don't care if their children are brainwashed. It's like parents don't care if we have terrorists establishing communities in our country. And I was stunned. They said there is nothing like our organization on our side in America standing up in defense of America. And this is exactly what we are establishing. An organization that's going to balance all the lies that the MoveOn.orgs do and all the lobbying that CARE does, because we as patriotic Americans need to represent those who love this country, who are willing to do everything to protect the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you. So we began a relationship with these people. Out of the committee, 26 Congress people said, we want to work with you. You tell us the issues, we will draft resolutions, we will work with you to pass these resolutions. We want to close the hole between the people down here, the average citizens like us who feel so frustrated with what is happening, and the elected officials up there, so together we can come together and close that hole so no one else can get in and destroy our country. And this is what is needed. We are also working on shutting down Islamic websites. That's part of the things we are doing. Do you know that the top Al-Qaeda and Islamic websites are hosted in the United States of America? In America. We are trying to shut those websites down. This is part of our plan. This is part of what we want to do. We are working with Joseph Shahada. I do not know if you read about him in the New York Times or the Boston Globe, who did a story about him, about he himself has shut down, I think, what was it, 150 or 200 websites, Islamic websites. Average citizen, the guy is Lebanese. Don't we just love those Lebanese, I'm telling you, those Lebanese Americans. The guy came to this country as a student. He's a Christian Lebanese. He works as a full-time engineer for some company. He comes home after work, sits on his computer, and monitors Islamic websites. That man single-handedly shut down over 200 websites. You talk about the power of the individual. So this is part of what we're doing. And if you are on our email list, which you will be by the time I'm done speaking, you will be able to find out that information. I want you to go to our website tonight when you leave. Sign up, or even on this table outside, whatever outside is. This church is huge. Sign up on our table to join our chapters. Become a part of something that is far bigger than you, that has the oomph bigger than you. So we will be able to work together to make a difference in every locality in our country. We are speaking to you as well as we are speaking to many churches throughout the country and mobilizing the nation. It doesn't cost you anything to sign up. We want you to sign up. We want you to get on our emailing list. We want you to read our emails. I also challenge you, when you get out, after you sign up for our websites, I want you to get my book Because They Hate. Not because I want to sell my book. I barely make 12 cents on a book. You don't get rich writing books. But I want you to get the book in people's hands to educate them. I'm only talking to you for 1 hour. Can you imagine what I have in 250 pages that you need to get and put in the hands of every teacher in your child's school, every university in your community? I want you to mail that book to the news editor in your community. I want you to mail it to a reporter in your community. If each one of you buys one book for yourself and another book to give away, just imagine how many people we can educate so they can be armed as to how they can get involved and protect our country. Many people do not realize the threat. Our job is to educate them. You are watchmen on the wall. After hearing me tonight, you cannot say, well, I didn't know that information, and now that I do it, well, I'll just go. It was a pleasant Saturday evening and a Friday evening, and I'm not going to do anything about it. From this moment forward, you have been chosen as watchmen on the wall to warn and defend the United States of America. So you may be God's people, His instruments, in making a difference for our country. Many people tell me, oh, I'm praying, I'm praying. You know what? Prayers are wonderful. It's so important to pray. But you cannot change things by praying alone. God uses His people to make a difference. And it is our duty as Christians to go out and be a good representative of Him who created us. You can read the Bible and you can pray all you want. Unless you go to that voting booth and vote on election day, you haven't done anything. Your enemy will be elected. And that's just one example. God uses His people to make a difference. God chose you from the minute you were born. Every instance that happened in your life has prepared you for such a day as this. America is at a crossroad. America is calling on you. America needs your help. America is calling your name. Not only it is your duty to serve your God, who is a Christian God, and who is the God of America, the Judeo-Christian country, despite whatever anybody else or the leftists want you to believe. America is a Christian country, and we need to defend our Christianity in our own country, which is now under attack. Our children cannot study the Bible in school, but they can study Islam. And you're sitting here, what have you done about it? When was last time you went and met with your principal? When was last time you called your elected official about that? Don't tell me you didn't hear about it. You knew it was happening. I am challenging you tonight to make a difference. I'm challenging you tonight to be a watchman on the wall, to stand up and ensure that America continues to be a Christian nation, where we are not afraid to put a nativity scene in front of our yard because CARE is going to sue us. Where we're not afraid to wear a cross or to pray at work because we're going to be sued. Do you know that America's corporations right now give Muslim employees off the job 5 times a day to walk away and pray? Some organizations like Tyson, like Dell Computers, like AT&T have prayer rooms for Muslims in the company so they can go pray during 8 to 5, the business hours. And can any of you carry his or her Bible and go into a room, to a Christian prayer room, and pray? No. Can any Jew stand up and do his prayer? No. Can a Muslim do it? Yes. Shame on us as Christians for allowing our country to get to this point.